Tell me about yourself.
I'm an organized team player who can also take initiative and work independently. I'm very comfortable in multitasking and value customer service. And on a personal note, I'm married with 2 grown children, and we live in Swansea, Massachusetts. And I'm currently enrolled in a college degree program, and I have a medical terminology certificate, and I'm CPR certified. I am also proficient in Microsoft Office, Outlook, Meditech, Net Learning, computer-based learning, Answer, Scheduler, and the Avaya system.
Very good. Tell me about your past work experience.
Okay. I've worked for the same organization for Southwest Hospitals Group, now known as Southwest Health. I started in 1988 in the business office, working in patient accounts, and in 3 years within that department I was promoted twice. Once as a Medicaid specialist, and during that time I was able to be instrumental in recovering $4.5 million in reimbursement. So after that, I was hired as an inpatient billing supervisor. Unfortunately, I left that position, but on a happy note, I adopted my daughter and took a part-time job position, which I couldn't do as a supervisor. So from that point, I went to working with another department, occupational therapy, where I worked with referrals and scheduling, and I was able to increase their productivity of the therapist by instituting a new system. At that point, I was pregnant with my son, so when I came back from leave, all the therapies, OT, PT, speech, had combined as one center. So my position there was varied: secretary, receptionist, administrative assistant type duties. But while I was there, I was able to be involved in a new position that we were trying to institute, a patient care representative. And just before settling into my current department, I had worked briefly on the floor, on the inpatient rehab floor. So now my current position, I'm supporting a director and educators, and we do certification programs. In fact, I set up a system for that, and I'm actively working with educational programs through MARN. I have 3 site responsibilities, and I do budgetary and payroll.
Very good.
Thank you.
Describe a time when you worked well on a team.
Let's see. I seem to remember when we had a big initiative to immunize for the H1N1 vaccine. In fact, there was a shortage, and our department was put in charge of trying to coordinate that vaccine and how we were going to make it available to those who really needed it. So we had to prioritize and pull a lot of departments together and to work as one team, and to get a chance to coordinate staff equipment, locations together, though we were able to pull it all together and successfully immunize all the people that needed to be.
Very good.
Thank you.
Tell me about a time when you had too many things to do and had to prioritize your tasks.
When our department lost its director, there were a lot of staff given different positions, different priorities, different job parts of that director's job, and they were all eager to impress their superiors. So I had to carefully prioritize their requests by keeping the critical needs of our department, up front, and try to keep the relationships within the department all together as we wrote out that particular loss of the director.
Okay. Tell me about a time when you had to go above and beyond the call of duty. How did you handle the situation?
Well, there's always a situation that my team members always bring up to me because of how it happened. Our department gives new orientees or potential orientees their medication test as a nurse, and they all have to go for physicals first. This particular girl, I remember, had come up and she was totally frazzled. They had kept her waiting down in employee health with her physical. She was obviously trying to get to our department on time so that she wouldn't be late. And at that point, I just automatically opened my drawer and offered her all the snacks I had and offered her something to drink, knowing that she had an hour and a half to do this test, and it was way past what you would consider lunch. So, but it worked out very good, and she passed her test, and she was very thankful.
Good. Tell me about a time when you worked effectively under pressure.
Okay, the most stressful time in a hospital setting is when we have the state agencies come in. They come in to review policies, documentation, and there was a new educator in our department that got pulled into one of those circumstances. And she was very frantic, and the first thing I did was calmly say to her that I could help her, and I assured her that we'd find the documentation they needed, and to just stay calm and be assured that we could all work it out, and that this is what happens when someone needs something immediately. The more frantic we get, the harder it is to get through it. But she did get through it, and she's been through many since, and has handled it a lot better, and so have I.
Give me an example of a time when you showed initiative.
Okay. During the planning of Nurses Week, I saw a chance for me to, help the nurses in our department who normally run this week be able to participate in it themselves. And I worked a schedule around it, and I particularly planned some things specifically so that they would be there and they would be recognized, since they're always doing that for other staff. And it did work out great. It was a lot of extra work, but I think they really enjoyed it, and it was a great chance for them to be recognized.
Is there anything else you would like us to know about you?
I guess I just would like to let you know I have a strong work ethic. I'm a visual learner who picks up things rather quickly, and I pride myself on my customer service. And I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to meet with you, and certainly feel free to contact me with any other questions, or if you have them now.
Okay. Thank you very much.